they're censoring a cooking book.
You know they're not censoring a cooking book. They're censoring Pete Evans. You know that. So, folks, find as many Pete Evans books as you can. Buy them for yourselves because they're tremendous cookbooks for your own cooking.
Yeah.
But give them as Christmas gifts this year. Pete, we wish you all the well, mate, and we hope that you've got to go into a 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th and 6th reprint because the popularity of your books is so sound. So we wish you well, mate.
I don't see how his cookbooks are fascistic. I just can't work it out. We have to touch on what happened this week, guys. There was a situation with Pete Evans. His book was being targeted because he uploaded some image of some Nazi, some Nazi imagery. And what happened was the media were like, oh, he's a Nazi sympathizer and this and that. I'm like, marijuana advocate Pete Evans, that's a hippie. Are you serious? This guy, you're banning his cookbooks when you can buy Mein Kampf in the same stores. Are you serious? Are you kidding me?
God.
So Dymocks banned it, basically got rid of all the books off the shelf, along with Kmart and Target. Well done, guys. Really punching up. Well done. Now, private companies, I don't care. You can do what you want. But everyone hates a bully. I really do hate that. And I don't see how his cookbooks are fascistic. I just can't work it out.
Wow. Talk about snap. Because when my book came out, somebody was interested to see how they were going, and they contacted me quite concerned and said, I just read a review of your book, which was uncomplimentary. And I said, okay, well, that's life. Reviews are reviews. He said, no, but you don't understand. I contacted the bookshop and they said, we don't stock right-wing authors. This thing, right-wing. And I just burst out laughing. Right. So a publisher rang up the other day and said, we're out of print. What are you doing? I said, well, we're just doing what we do. He said, oh, no, we put the order in and they're coming out now. And we asked, where's the draw? I said, well, it's all over the world, particularly the US. Big call for your book out of the US.
Really?
Really.
Wow. And
so the publisher just so excited.
Yeah.
And he said, look, you need more, just let us know. We're going to do some hardbacks, and we'll do some hardbacks, let us know.
Yeah.
So this allegedly right-wing book by a right-wing author, which has nothing but, if you want a message in that, it's selflessness, it's truth, and it's so anyway, it's going great guns. So Pete, stick with it, mate. Your book will do well.
Yeah.
And ignore them. Don't sweat it. You'll be good.
It really is a because I've said in the past, it's Jordan Peterson from a military angle. That's all it is.
It's a handbook.
It's a handbook.
It's got definitions.
Yeah.
It's got. There's nothing. You're not left wondering.
You're really not, and it's hilarious for me. Pete Evans. I'm working on getting a book. I sent my I won't say who, but I sent them to get a book, and they went with their friend. Their friend was a bloke, and he's quite progressive. And he asked the store. This is Dymocks. This is yesterday. He asked the store, do you guys have any Pete Evans books? And they were like, why would you want that?
You're kidding.
Like, I don't know if you guys haven't worked in sales before, but the customer's always right. And you never say, why would you want that? You answer the bloody question straight away so you don't lose a customer. You don't give them attitude. Anyway, they said that, and they were trying to find every reason why they'd want the book other than to read it and to use it. They were like, oh, you must be with media. You must be reporting on Pete Evans or this or that, because we've removed all the books. And this progressive, I'm so glad he asked, because he actually understood this guy. This is a cooking book. They're censoring a cooking book.
You know they're not censoring a cooking book. They're censoring Pete Evans. You know that. And by the way, I actually bought two. Joel asked me, have you got a Pete Evans cooking book? I said, I've got two of them. And I checked my cupboard, and then I remembered after, I said, I can't find it. And I remembered I actually gave them away. They're so good in terms of health, in terms of gut health, in terms, you name it. So folks, find as many Pete Evans books as you can. Buy them for yourselves because they're tremendous cookbooks for your own cooking. But give them as Christmas gifts this year. Pete, we wish you all the well, mate, and we hope that you've got to go into a 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th and 6th reprint because the popularity of your books is so sound. So we wish you well, mate. And seriously, vote, folks, buy Pete Evans cookbooks and give them as gifts this year.
Yeah, and Riccardo's quite the cook himself, guys. You don't realize it. Riccardo does a lot of cooking. And yeah, I mean, he's Italian. It does come naturally. It's in his blood. I would not be hesitant to do a sit down with you and Pete Evans to talk about good gut health and then and the dietary stuff and these different diets, because it can be quite a weeds topic. It'd be great to hear your thoughts.
Oh no, it's fantastic. His book, he did a book with a vegetarian, with a vegetarian themed book with in order to optimize health. Fantastic, absolutely fantastic. So yeah, I'd love to chat to Pete about cooking, because it's, and here's something people don't know about cooking. You can follow a recipe and it tastes terrible. Somebody else follows the exact same recipe, does exactly what you do, but that person puts love into the process. The meal actually tastes better.
Are you a wog?
I'm a big wog.
There it is. That sort of sounded like.
But that's exactly right. You put love into your cooking, and it tastes better.
Yeah.
It's and if you want to get into the basis of that, it's not woo-woo stuff. It's just quantum theory. Consciousness creates. That's the source of all creation. It affects outcomes. And there's a famous experiment, quantum mechanics experiment, where the observed event changes the event. So consciousness impacting itself onto a quantum mechanical process actually affects the event. And you can look it up online. This is just pretty simple stuff.
Is that similar to when you're trying to improve your basketball shot? You imagine you getting it in, and then you take the shot, and then you get it in. Is that completely different?
It's different, but the same thing. You need to see, and it's a biblical principle, both of them. You know, if I speak with the voice of wisdom but have no love, I have nothing. That's an old biblical principle. So make sure you do what you do with love.
Yeah.
But without a vision, the people are lost. It's another biblical principle. They need to know what they're moving towards. They can see it. And then their consciousness literally starts to create the opportunities. It brings together what is required to achieve that goal. That's the whole manifestation trend that's been racing through the globe for the last many years.
Yeah.
In fact, American psychologist William James, in the latter part of the 19th century, I don't pin me to the actual year, said the greatest discovery of our age is man's capacity to change his future by a conscious act of free will. So none of this is new. It's not woo-woo. It's just, if you can read, stop watching the ABC, stop watching the commercial channel, stop watching My Kitchen Rules.
Yeah.
You know, God, I said it before, the internet, everything you can possibly want to know. Everything. And what do you spend your time doing?
Porn.
Taking photographs of food and porn.
Yeah.
You know? Folks, we're homeschooling our kids, and they know about tectonic plate movements. They know about bas reliefs. Because we do it all, but we just click on YouTube.
Yeah.
We find a sound source of data and information, and there you go. And they're learning more faster because we don't rely on traditional methods. We check it ourselves. But consciousness cooking. Let's get back to Pete Evans.
Yeah,
mate, love to.
Yeah,
Great.
it'd be awesome. I reckon he's a wealth of knowledge.